Hey all, and welcome back to the first ever episode of the no-code community in Serbia called BEZKOD. So after being in the community for around 6 years and kind of taking inspiration from all the other communities around the world like FinSuite, Edgaran, and kind of many other created around the world, we've decided to start sharing all the stories we have here in Flow Ninja with some of the enterprise projects we're working on, some of the experiences we have, kind of how we build actually websites, not an agency of 20 plus kind of members at the moment. And yeah, hopefully it's going to be something where we're going to be able to host workshops like these, podcasts, and then in the end, workshops in teaching other people how to use Webflow, how to use Webflow in person here in Mikic, Serbia at our Focus Hub. So, in today's episode, I'm going to be challenged by Andrija from our team to build a landing page faster, and we're going to be comparing the kind of our thought process from my side and then from his side and kind of how we actually build a page. So, Andrija, can you introduce yourself to the public? Yeah. And we're also on microphone short, so we're going to be kind of going back and forth with this, I guess.
So, hey guys, it's really nice to be here. My name is Andrija. Everybody calls me Uros, so I guess you can too. This is kind of new to me, and this is really exciting to get a chance to chat with the head of the company, Webflow Battle, because he's the guy that actually taught us all how to do this. So it's gonna be fun, I guess.
Yeah, so I guess in terms of the first step, Andrija actually did not see how the Figma file looks like, so I'm going to be able to send the access to Andrija at flow.ninja. But yeah, the goal here is we're going to be starting off from our kickoff file, the Flow Ninja kickoff file, adjusting the template, and then going into the landing page. And then we're going to see who's going to be building something kind of better in like hopefully the next 20 minutes. The first 10 minutes I'm going to be going over how I build things, the next 10 minutes Andrija is going to be going over, and then we can go back and forth. The first thing on my side I'm going to be doing is actually starting the project from our Flow Starter kickoff file. I think Andrija already has a chance to make it as he already did that. So let me just name this. So let's go BEZKOD podcast battle. The great thing about, I guess this is going to be one of the templates we're selling. We have this kickoff file for every single one of our projects, and then I can have the exact same setup in Webflow and in Figma. So the first thing I need to see is which form files we're using. So we're using Prodigy Sans Extra Bold, Semi Bold, the regular. So we need to upload Extra Bold, Semi Bold, and regular into the project settings. So on our side, we never upload Google fonts or anything on that front, and then upload the fonts we just got here. Okay, so yeah, based off of that, going to the kickoff style guide, and then I'm gonna slowly start migrating everything we have here into the Figma file. I know especially for these battles, it's usually people kind of jumping in straight away and building things, but as I hope this is gonna be a file we're gonna be using in the future, I really wanna make sure that this gets started properly by changing the global fonts first. So maybe we can, I'm gonna start migrating this, maybe we can jump in to see kind of what Andrija is doing, and I see all the same things as I am on my side.
Okay, so actually right now, because Uros had the chance to look at the design before the battle started, I actually created already a duplicate of the starter guide, and I'm gonna jump in right now and do some of the same things of setup as he did also. Yeah, so as you mentioned already, we're going to upload the fonts right now. So we actually didn't sync on the beginning at the same time, but it doesn't matter. And just so essentially here I'm also doing all the same things that Uros already did. This is not as exciting as you expected.
Yeah, I guess it's always that you feel like that you're gonna jump straight into the build, but all these things kind of can take time. As we are not prepared. I mean, I did saw the design because I was giving feedback when it was being designed, but I did not set up anything on my side, so still some things to be setting up. Currently, I'm setting up the quote itself, so that we always try to make sure that every single item that you can find in Webflow is set up from the starting itself, so that we don't end up in a situation where a client adds a quote or whatever and it's not designed as expected. So let me just go here, 18, this is 18 also, so this 18 here. We have the lists, then we have some, I guess, things you sometimes forget to do is like we have these unordered lists which have shurikens on them. So that's another thing we're gonna have to export right now. This is a fun example of most of the times like small items like these are really great touches, which actually don't end up on production. But right now, you can see that our designer has designed the list with a shuriken, but that's going to be applied across the ordered list also, which is not going to be the greatest example on our side. Okay, then we go to the classes. We go to the primary color. Hopefully the hex code is here changed also. It's not, so down, so it's going to be a little bit harder. So background navy, we're going to change this to be this. The name of the class is orange, and then here, and just for the ease of use, I'm going to be probably changing this to background color orange. That way, so that everything gets updated globally with our additional classes. So the designer in this case did not use kind of the shaded system that we all usually like to use. So I guess we're not gonna need this color, we're gonna need this color, and it's gonna be just orange 80, orange that's usually how we name it, but let's go a little bit quicker here for this. So this is gonna be changed with these two, and then we have the third color. Neon one. So we're gonna go here. The reason I'm changing the names here of the classes themselves, this is gonna get updated globally, so it's gonna make our job a lot easier at the end. And then in this case, we're not using these colors, we're not using this. So I'm just gonna be removing these additional colors because in this specific instance of the design, the designer did not want to use the shaded any shades of any colors, because the design is super simple. Not usually how the things are going, but yeah, in this case, just gonna clean up our swatch system to look a lot nicer. And get back to the neon one here. Then, in terms of these ones, hoping that these are gonna be quick.
So yeah, I'm right now into the also into the start guide, protecting the font things, actually changing all the heading settings globally on the project. So yeah, generally I'm more of a slow-paced guy because I don't like to do things fast and make mistakes. So maybe this is not the greatest challenge for me, but it's fun to try new things, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, so I guess on that side, that's how I'm calculating how much time we need to develop a website, just because I'm usually probably looking at how fast would I build it, but that's not how you're usually building websites, as you need some time to get a break from everything you're doing. So yeah, that's one of the things to take into consideration. But yeah, I do feel nice that I'm currently uploading the slider icons on the left, so it scared you a little bit. But after he's gonna know kind of how far along am I. So that's always fun. But yeah, it's always interesting to see how much these setup times actually take over kind of everything you're doing, and that you usually forget about how much time you actually need to invert. I mean, not invert, to set up everything properly. So I'm going to be exporting the right icon, and I guess my designer, the right icon is also left icon, so it's always fun to see that. I guess she doesn't know kind of where every single one of the left or right is. I feel like after finalizing the slider button, I'm going to be able to jump into the build itself, which is going to be fun. And we don't have much, we have 5 more minutes, so who's going to build anything in 5 more minutes? We might have to. We might have to make this battle a little bit longer, just because it's the first time we're kind of creating something like this. I sometimes forget how much time these things can take. But yeah, filters, add this, add invert, and cover. In terms of inputs, whatever, I'm gonna try to, we need to showcase how nice we're gonna develop everything, but this does not have inputs. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the page template and start building right now. So you can see that already with everything we've been doing, kind of the whole template is starting to look a lot nicer, and you can already see that it's adjusted. So I just changed the body color to be black, I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this, create. So this is our page we usually duplicate from page to page when creating, so we can have it as a template. Right now I can go to dev ready, design, and start adding everything. So it's gonna be a super fun template as you see. So there is here menu, and let's get started. So first things first, logo. Now I'm really obsessed with naming, so I love to name items when I export from Webflow. Background color and the pink shade for that one. Navigation can be transparent in this case, and the current state for this can be this crazy color, which I'm not sure that does impact accessibility. Doesn't. Well, I guess it can just be another one here. Okay, and right now we have a section. So in this case, we do not need a column. Remove this. I'm gonna add jungle heading. Then I'm gonna say on now. And then let's see. So right now I realized that in terms of template like this, it's probably gonna be great if we add one to work with, 2 to 10, something like that, so that we can make sure that our kind of design stays like how we want it. 1 EM of height. Then we have paragraph. We can see that all of our paragraphs have this neutral, but in this case we're gonna want this color. We're gonna have episodes. We're gonna remove this. We don't need a bottom wrapper here anymore. That's it. And right now we have the image. Now podcast home hero, or let's go home hero badge. We like to make classes with the page name, the section name, and then what it is. So let me export this nice file here. Person, whatever. Oh, Andrija is on the mix.
And gaming on too.
This is gonna be okay. Let's do another 10 minutes, I guess, because that's where right now is where the battle begins. Just because we're on the same.
Really short.
Let's do 301. So I just thought we do have 3 more minutes, so it's gonna be the fun part. I was gonna, I guess, just build more items and that. I guess these should be around 30 minutes, so that there is a pressure. Like I feel like it's more than like 30 minutes, like an hour. Like people are gonna get relaxed and just start doing things slowly, which is not our idea here. So like we just need to make sure that this is gonna be as fun as possible. So yeah, on my side here we have the image we're adding at the moment for the about section. So the way I'm naming this is about image wrap 1, so then I'm going to be about image 1, and go 100%. And then I'm going to go ahead and cover this. So there is that, and then here, or in this case, I can just have cover. So let's go here, and I can see Jiro's fingers are starting to go really, really fast. Yeah, hoping to go to the podcast latest episode sections, I guess, but I'm not gonna let him do that. Even though I'm talking right now, it's gonna be something that I cannot let happen. So
it's really difficult to work and talk at the same time, and I did not realize that until now.
Yeah, I guess so. So okay, bad content wrap. Let's go on back. And 2, 1, and
No.
done. Yes.
Damn.
So I guess that's everything for I guess the first episode. I mean, in terms of the build, I would love to see. I mean, I guess Andrija, I'm gonna go out of my main team account. I'm gonna go out of my build. So you can go ahead and bash everything I've been doing, and I'm gonna be observing that in the background.
Okay, so you want me to do a review of your build, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was really nerve-wracking actually for me, and I can see, wow, oh my god. Okay, you know a lot more than me, and then I'm gonna say that. So right now, I'm gonna jump into if you can just
Yeah.
let me.
Can you request?
Yeah.
Yes. Hand over control.
Okay, awesome. So from the get-go, I can see that. Okay, when building the fonts, he actually did it in Reaper width, which actually makes more sense to do because on smaller screen sizes, it's kind of responsive. It automatically behaves responsively. I put it in a pixel like fixated, which is really bad, but my nerves got better on me. So I guess the hero section makes a lot more sense to him than to me. Okay, this is nice. The navigation is cool. Main links. The buttons are actually very similar. Okay, we use a little bit of different like class naming for the colors. We use neon. I just said green. Home hero badge. Okay, awesome. So this is where I left off. This is my wrapper. Also, we have the badges. How did he? Okay, he put them in the link block. Then I forgot to put my logos in the link block. So yeah. That's another point for Uros, I guess. And then generally he has a whole another section more than me, which he did about the why now, which is awesome. I mean, honestly, kudos to him because like I didn't realize like how hard this was actually gonna be trying to think fast and build everything fast because as I said, I'm also a crazy guy and I like to think about what to do. The button that's a little messed up here. Okay, I mean, generally he followed all of the bulletproof techniques, as we call them, and everything makes a lot of sense. Everything is clearly developed as much as possible, given that it was like a tight competition. It's not like building everything out to be as best as we can. So yeah, I really like it. Doing a great job.
Yeah, I wouldn't bash on anything you've done on your side just because it's great also. So I see that you also uploaded the logo, created the navigation, the cover states and everything on that front, so that's great. I mean, usually we develop in pixels just because we develop a little bit more marketing websites on our side. But yeah, in this case where the core of the design is that why now is always in one line, it's always better, I guess, designing you work with, which I realized only after going to the homepage and not actually setting up the style guide. That's where I changed my item. On your side, I see that you did not remove the hero on the bottom wrapper. So that's one of the things, and then also the hero decoration. In my case, I named that one home hero decoration, just because it makes sense that it's connected to the home hero, because there will probably be many more hero decorations in the future. So that's going to be a little bit easier to understand for the future. And then you see that you made the logos wrap in a similar way that I did, so that's pretty fun. Badge wrap, that's also fine if you get a badge, but I guess if you create a custom class of badge, you don't need to add margin right as. Just looking at the badge is already pretty custom so that we don't mess up anything in that front. Podcast wrap, on my side I tried giving it a little bit more specificity, I guess, when naming, just because there's many other podcast items that this doesn't actually name it. I think podcast platforms wrap, I named it, and podcast platform link, podcast platform whatever, so that it makes more sense on that front. So then I used a text block instead of a paragraph, so I did not have to add no margin there, right? Margin M. And then I used the margins on the podcast logo from left so that it can be reused on every single item instead of having no last and then adding 0. So you're just moving everything to the left. Which is fun to see these things, like these small tweaks, how much, just that you can remove some of the classes being used here. But yeah, let me see, I want to go ahead and the style guide to see what did you do there. Okay, here the jump heading is added, okay. You haven't changed the global link class, like it's still bluish for some reason. That's one of the things. Okay, we have orange, pink, lilac, green. Okay, you did not have the time to delete all the other colors. So I'm just gonna see how much more things I had to do on my side also. Yeah, and then the body, I guess, is not changing globally, or it is yeah, it's pretty fun to see this. But yeah, the great thing about changing these things globally is, for example, you can go to the 404 page right now, and even if you forget about it, you see that it's set up in a proper way. You go to the password protection page. We did not set up the forms, but you will see that the forms we set up also. So yeah, it's pretty fun. So I guess, what do you get as a gift as being a winner of this, a clear winner hopefully from this battle?
You're asking me what do you get for a gift?
Yeah, I guess you need to give it something. I guess, do you get a free lunch today or?
I mean, like, he deserves the lunch definitely, but I don't know. I'm gonna think about it, like, because I would like to give him a more like concrete reward. But yeah, lunch is all me to take. So yeah, again, congrats to Uros for doing a great job. Now, as he was talking about the things that I did, I realized the mistakes that I made, like by trying to go faster. So that's a lesson for you guys. Fast is not always good. Sometimes take your time, think about it, do it properly, and optimize as much as you can for the best result.
Yeah, that was a great speech. I feel like I cannot add anything more than that, just because he had a really great ending. But yeah, this is our first episode of the BEZKOD battle, or how we like to call it. Hopefully everybody from our team is going to be battling each other, and maybe one day somebody can be here at our office space in Serbia and just kind of be doing a battle live, just because I don't feel like that there are many live battles, which is always fun seeing and feeling that somebody's nervous just because they're late or something and somebody's in front of them. So yeah, see you in the next episode, and feel free to suggest any improvements we can do for the future, just because this is the first one, so hopefully with time it's going to get a lot better. So, talk to you soon, and bye-bye.
Bye guys.